Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain Vikrant Khanna. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the rest of your flight.
AIB का काम गलती ढूंढना है, गलती करना नहीं।
आप में से जो पायलट है वो खड़े रहे, बाकी सब बैठ जाइए।
सवाल बेबुनियाद है, ये भी आप ही डिसाइड करेंगे।
हमने जो कुछ भी किया SOP के दायरे में किया।
I don't have a good feeling about this, sir.
यहाँ जमीन से 35,000 फीट ऊपर फीलिंग्स नहीं, कैलकुलेशंस चलते हैं।
I know what's bothering you. But
I love how the media is treating your pilot.
कुछ समय के लिए पायलट जो है वो यात्रियों के लिए उस भगवान की तरह हो जाता है जिस पर वो आंख मूंद कर अपना भरोसा करते हैं।
Did you choose runway 34?
यहाँ पहले से फट रखी और मत फाड़ो।
क्या उस रात फ्लाइट में आपने पी थी?
Of course not.
कंपनी को इतनी सी भी आंच आई, ऐसे सोचना भी नहीं कि तुम बच गए।
Brace for impact.
Ajay Devgn and Rakul, thank you so much for being a part of this conversation. And like I was mentioning, I'm meeting you after years, so I was really looking forward to this chat. But I'm so glad this is happening. But Ajay, what is going on? This promotion has actually seen a very different side that I have probably never before seen.
Why would you say that?
Social media, singing. My God, that's just brought about a different side of Ajay Devgn. इतने सालों में मैंने नहीं देखा.
Actually not singing. I just said the lines. Not even rapping. I just said it.
But it's damn cool.
Yeah.
I just saw it in the morning and I was like, wow, I didn't know this side too.
Oh, I swear, तेवर ये कभी गवाया नहीं. That's always been there with Ajay Devgn. So that's something which is very significant. Also, बिल्कुल जा रहा है आपकी personality के साथ. So that's something that comes
हाँ, मैंने
naturally.
उतना ही किया जो मैं comfortable हूँ जिससे.
But tell me something. जितनी बार I put out a tweet which is to do with Ajay or Runway 34, my God, the kind of retweets that I get is massive. This is the kind of fan following that you have on social media where you have so far shied away from. Like you only do the needful and then you are, you know, back in your shell. That's how you like.
Maybe that's the reason. Maybe that's the reason that you speak less and you just speak to the point. Then people react to it.
So, Rakul, what is your idea of Ajay? When you started doing the film, obviously that's a different story. But I will always remember Ajay Devgn from my Zakhm days and, you know, Hum Dil De Chuke Re Sanam. That is the kind of legacy that he's carried forward. And then, of course, he's delved into all sorts of things. Aaj ki generation jo hai, the younger lot, obviously we're today's generations, but they will still harp on Ata Maji Satikli. But what is yours? What is your reference of Ajay?
You know, I always thought that Ajay sir was very versatile.
Yeah.
You know, I loved Meter Sahab, and then at the same time I loved Pyar To Hona Hi Tha. You know, even Zakhm for that matter, and Singham. I have seen Singham is actually possibly one of those films that I have seen in the theatre thrice. Wow. Yeah. I said we never spoke about that. No, because I just loved it. It gives you this high of as if you're a part of that world. You know, when you like that, okay, you're going to treat the bad man wrong, you know, basically fight with the bad man and things like that. But I think he's one of the most versatile actors, and that we've seen in his variety of films from every genre and doing it so effortlessly. So that's my idea of.
All right. So Ajay, let's make it a mutual admiration society. What is that one thing about, or one or two things, whatever you want to actually add about Rakul that it's really
about
fascinating.
Rakul, I have been saying this, and honestly, when I was casting for this film also, this film demanded there's a lot of drama in the film, so it is a performance-oriented film, and conflict, a lot of conflict between her, me, her, Mr. Bachchan, me. So, and apart from that also, see, some films are that you need to keep them very real. So I wanted all the characters to look real in their part. Yeah, so when I was casting, as I said, I wanted everybody very real. And because I'd worked with her, I knew that, you know, you come to know an actor's caliber, that will she be able to pull this off? And that's why I cast her. And then when she performed, I think I was happy that I was right. And she's done very well, and she looks like a pilot. She carries the uniform very well. So it was everything put together.
There's something fascinating about people in uniform. I mean, do you actually feel the same since you are an army officer's daughter? So
Absolutely.
That must fascinate you.
Absolutely. I in fact was, you know, I was so emotional the day my dad took premature retirement, because you're always used to seeing him in uniform, and I just thought, damn, I'm not going to be able to see him in uniform because you don't know any other way. So I think it has its own charm, it has its own pride and dignity, and whichever uniform, the moment you step into it, your body language changes completely.
And what is the kind of references and responses from not just your fans but also from your peers that you've received when you've donned the uniform on various occasions? But how is this different from, let's say, the police officer Ajay Devgn or the cop Ajay Devgn?
As in, what is different?
You donning the uniform is once again a different one at that.
See, uniform is something which gives you dignity. That's what I keep saying. You don't wear the uniform wears you. Your walk changes, everything changes. I think a pilot's uniform is very, very glamorous and stylized or has dignity with those glasses and things like this. So it looks very cool. But people don't realize that it's just not the glamour. When you're flying, you sitting behind it, just, okay, turbulence aaya, but you don't know what is happening in the cockpit. One wrong decision and, they can kill everybody. And they have nobody to fall upon when they have to make decisions. I've been speaking to a lot of pilots and they said, एक गलती से कोई गलत लाइट जल जाती है तो हमारी तो हालत खराब हो जाती है, because you have to take that call and you have nobody to guide you. The co-pilot will look at the pilot, but the pilot has to take his call. So that there's a lot of pressure, I'm trying to say, that in this job, which people don't realize.
Now, when you decided to again step into the director's shoes, this is after 6 years, I believe, after Shivaay?
Kind of.
Yeah, 2016, so 6 years, yes. So, why did you actually decide to do that? And I always wanted to ask you this, is there a switch on, switch off when you are also directing and then acting in the same film? How do you draw that line?
For a director, there's no switch off.
Okay.
He has to continue work, and maybe after pack up also he has to, work upon, revisit what he's done, or if there's something he needs to redo, and how to take it forward the next day. As an actor, switch on, switch off. Why did I decide to make this film? Is when it's inspired from a true incident. Very, very interesting. And the kind of, so once we started working on the idea, the script started taking great form. And when you get a script which is very interesting to tell and which has got a lot of drama, conflict, and still edge of the seat thriller with a little bit of suspense, you don't know till the end who's right, who's wrong, and what actually happened. So that is something which really excited me. Great characters, her character, my character, Amaji's character. My character is very little, I would say, grey, because he's brilliant as a captain, but he loves to break rules. He's got this arrogance, and so you don't even know when he takes a decision it's out of arrogance, because he's got a lot of experience also. So why is he right, and is he right or no? And that goes on till the end. So that all that was very beautiful.
Okay, and how much does his demeanor, obviously it is bound to change when he's playing the part, but as a director and then cut as an actor, how does it change?
No, I think it's just a few seconds of the actor that you see on set when you're directing, so Sir would be largely the director, and right as long as the shot is from action to cut is when you see him step into the actor's shoes, do it brilliantly, and then back again to, okay, show me everyone's performance, okay, fine, okay. So I was like, wow, that's a brilliant switch on, switch off. And so when you're the director, I think he was more the director on set.
Now, since you already have your coffee cups with you, I have this little segment that I like to call Sip and Spill, spilling the beans for me. But before I begin that, I would want you, you can hold on to your coffee cups. I'd want you to complete this question for me, because I'm sure you have gotten asked this on all of the interviews that you guys have done. So, आपको पहले से पता होगा ये question क्या होने वाला है. I'm sure about that. So, you'll complete the question even before me completing it, okay? Have you ever had a real life
turbulence on flight? And how was that experience? Please share.
पक गया ये question answer करके. देखा इसलिए मैंने पूछा नहीं. Okay. Actor or director?
Who is better? Ajay Devgn as actor or director?
Ajay is just quietly taking a sip. Working with Mr. Bachchan.
How was the experience?
What do you find better, acting or directing?
Direction.
You got that also a lot?
Yes, a lot.
Oh my God, after directing almost 3 films, this is the same question that you get asked. But do you like your banter with the media? For so many years, 31 years in the industry.
I don't know. Sometimes interviews are interesting. but sometimes you're also in the mood to speak. But it's not always that, and you have to do it always whenever there's a release. So it's sometimes okay, but sometimes not.
This was what I was harping on when I started the interview. Okay? Even if you don't have to speak is when he has to speak, and he'll make it a point to say it also. All right, now it's time for the sip and spill segment. Take a sip. If you've ever auditioned in real life,
So if it is a yes, then
you
take
take a sip. Yeah. So if you've ever auditioned in real life and had a really funny experience, or audition experience.
Audition experience?
Yeah. Ajay hasn't auditioned. Ajay is the privileged one. What was the funny experience? Was it funny or bad?
I've had all sorts of random experiences. Sometimes there was this one time that I've auditioned, and then there was this casting director who tells me, I mentioned about this in one of the interview, you're very good, and you'd reach that 3 girls stage. But you have a very generic face. What do we do about that? I was like, I mean, this is what it is. Take it or leave it. So things like that. Or sometimes even things like doing one scene 15 times, 15 different ways. Because when you're new, you don't even know anything, and then people also keep you waiting, check, try this way, that way, cry in the same scene, which could be a comedy scene, but you're crying and doing it. So all those things.
This was actually my next one. Take a sip if you've ever been told off for the way you look, ever in life, in the industry. I was thinking, itne saal ho gaye, to time lag raha
if it's not a compliment, I have not been told on my face.
hai. Okay.
So,
Alright.
I mean, I've heard. So, yeah.
I mean the basic perception.
Yeah.
Okay. And what about you?
Like I
This
just
one.
mentioned,
Okay.
yeah.
All right. Take a sip. If you've been really persuasive, and this could be in school or college, in trying to play the lover boy, lover girl in real life, really persuasive at that. Ek
I
ladka
didn't
hai.
get the question.
अगर कभी किसी को pursue किया है, if you've pursued someone in real life and
To
been
fall in
like
love with you.
foolish lover boy, done something stupid, like thinking that oh my God, मुझे इतना प्यार, I'm in love. Back there in younger days, if you've ever done something like that.
Nothing stupid I've done.
Okay.
I mean, you
You're
fall in
always
love.
smart.
Fall in love, but yeah, nothing.
You do stupid things after you fall in love.
Yeah, actually.
I think.
प्यार में कोई प्रेम पत्र type की चीजें, love
हाँ,
letters.
so that's
you've written.
stupid?
No, that's not stupid. I'm saying if you've written, like really persuasive in being in love. No love letters for you. You will not tell me.
No, nahin.
No
I
love.
I've
hate
done
to
all
write
kinds
letters.
I've done all kinds of silly stuff.
Or you'll be flat on the face, even then.
Yeah.
No love letters.
No
long molding
Nothing.
sentences
Nothing.
for you.
Nothing.
Okay, all right. Ever done something crazy while in a theater watching your own film? Like dancing, humming?
No,
hey.
whistling is not
Yeah.
crazy.
No,
You
it
can
is.
whistle, yeah, I've whistled.
Not you.
Nothing.
Not you. Okay. Last and final thing. Ever sung in public? Sung in public. In front of a gathering, can be a private
I have
party.
not sung in a.
You've sung in public
You
now.
just did.
No, I just in that Hum Dil De Chuke Sanam. Apart from that, never.
What was that song, Ajay? Do you remember the song?
No.
Now that you will say no, of course you have a good
No, I
memory.
really
You
don't
the
remember.
song.
It's been quite a few years.
But yeah, of course, everybody remembers the scene. But okay, all right. So while we were obviously looking at Runway 34 and the kind of promotions that have been happening, obviously there was this controversy also where Akshay had to actually go ahead and apologize. I know that you have a stand and you stand by your stand, and very fairly so. Do you think people, off late on social media have become really, really combative, and they get ruffled in the wrong way by any and everything, and especially when it comes to actors?
So see, whatever we do or whatever we say, there are two opinions. So if you're right also, there are 50% people who will say you're right, 50% people who are waiting, to react and to troll you. So there is no escape route. So either the only way is to keep quiet. That's why people so many times say that the actor should have an opinion on everything. That opinion does not matter, because whatever the opinion, right or wrong, I'm not saying we're always right, you will get trolled. There will be a certain section of people who will say, okay, correct, and certain section who will troll you. So I think a lot of people have nothing much to do in life. So they just sit doing this. Because where is the time? Would you do something like this? I mean, you're a working person. Would you do something if you're not even a working person? I mean, you have a life. Yeah. Would you be sitting there and trolling people? if there is an issue which is very close to your heart and it concerns maybe the country or things like this or the society, then maybe you would react to it. But otherwise, who has the time to do it? I think so. When you see the trolls, you know these are not the people who matter. You know, because they're doing it for the sake of it. People, it matters to, not the people who are close to you and love you also. I'm saying generally people who are sensible enough, they will react to it when they really think they need to react to something. Will not just do it just sitting there every day, every morning, afternoon, evening on everything. So it should not matter to you, I feel.
Okay. Now this one is the Eid release, all right? And there was so much talk about Eid to Salman Khan ki hoti hai. You of course have come on record that how you spoke to him also. But his reaction was really, really beautiful. He actually put it out on social media. In fact, all of your peers have supported Runway 34, and that's
no, we actually that's very sweet of him. Yeah. But actually, all of us do support each other. Yes. I mean, this so-called rivalry has been created by, I think, social media and media, and sometimes, you know, it's the fan clubs which are not in your control. They also like to fight. Yeah. So we have to go out and request them not to fight because we are friends. Right. So they don't realize that sometimes. So that's okay. That's okay. But we all share a great rapport, I think, and always there to support each other.
And Rakul, the fall is really doing wonders. The kind of views that is receiving. Your views about the song, since I want to end this on a musical and nice note. So your views about the song, and if you can hum a few lines also, since Ajay pehle haath khade kar chuke that he's not going to sing.
Ouch. No, I love both the songs. Yeah. I love Fall, and I think they're more like background scores, and Mitra Re is also a beautiful song. And I think both of them touch you somewhere emotionally. I'm a terrible singer, but I don't even know the lyrics, but I'll just hum Mitra Re one line. सोचे क्यों ना 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 मित्रा रे